They've been lying to you since the day you were born, every time you check your horoscope. Every time you say, I'm a Leo or I'm a Pisces. You're participating in one of the oldest control systems ever created. But what if I told you there's a 13th zodiac sign, one that was deliberately erased from history? A sign so powerful, so dangerous to the established order, that the Vatican itself worked to erase it from human consciousness. This isn't just about astrology, this is about your soul, and the prison they've built around it. The sign they erased is called Ophiuchus, the serpent bearer. And once you understand what it represents, you'll never see reality the same way again. Stay with me. What you're about to discover will shatter everything you thought you knew about the zodiac, reincarnation, and the nature of your soul. Let's start with what they taught you. Since ancient Babylon, we've been told there are 12 zodiac signs, 12 perfect divisions of the sky, 12 archetypes that define human personality and destiny. Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Cancer, Leo, Virgo, Libra, Scorpio, Sagittarius, Capricorn, Aquarius, Pisces. 12 signs, 12 months, 12 divisions of the soul's journey through time. But here's what they don't tell you. The zodiac isn't just an ancient calendar system. It's a control grid, a prison wheel that your soul has been trapped in for thousands of lifetimes. Think about it. How many times have you heard someone say, I can't help it, I'm a Scorpio? Or, that's just typical Gemini behavior. They've conditioned you to believe your personality, your fate, your entire identity is locked into one of these 12 boxes. But what if those boxes were never meant to define you? What if they were designed to contain you? The 12-sign zodiac is a reincarnation loop, a soul trap disguised as spiritual wisdom. Every time you die, you're told to follow the light. You're shown your karmic lessons. You're assigned a new zodiac identity for your next life, and the cycle continues forever. Or so they want you to believe, because there's a 13th sign, and it breaks the entire system. His name is Ophiuchus, the serpent bearer. In the actual night sky, the sun passes through Ophiuchus between November 29th and December 17th. That's 18 days longer than some of the official zodiac signs. Yet somehow, in every astrology book, every horoscope column, every spiritual teaching, Ophiuchus doesn't exist. Why? The answer lies in who Ophiuchus represents. In Greek mythology, Ophiuchus is associated with Asclepius, the greatest healer who ever lived. The son of Apollo, trained by the centaur Chiron, Asclepius didn't just heal the sick. He learned to resurrect the dead. Asclepius discovered the secret of the serpent, the ancient symbol of wisdom, transformation, and immortality. He carried 2 serpents on his staff, the same staff you see on medical symbols today. But here's where the story gets dark. The gods, particularly Hades, Lord of the underworld, became furious. Why? Because Asclepius was freeing souls from the cycle of death and rebirth. He was breaking the reincarnation system. Hades complained to Zeus, if humans learn to resurrect themselves, to escape death, to break the cycle, we lose all power over them. So Zeus struck Asclepius down with a thunderbolt, killed him, erased his teachings. But the knowledge didn't die. It was encoded in the stars, in the constellation of Ophiuchus. The constellation depicts a man wrestling with a serpent, not fighting it, but mastering it. The serpent represents Kundalini energy, the life force, the connection to higher dimensions. Ophiuchus is the zodiac sign of spiritual awakening, of breaking free, of transcending the soul prison, and that's exactly why it was suppressed. Now let's talk about who erased it and why. The Vatican. Most people don't know this, but the Catholic Church has one of the most extensive collections of ancient astrological texts in the world. Hidden deep in the Vatican's secret archives are scrolls, codices, and manuscripts from Egypt, Babylon, Greece, and Rome. Documents that prove the Church didn't just condemn astrology, they weaponized it. In the 4th century AD, when the Council of Nicaea standardized Christian doctrine, they made a calculated decision: erase anything that empowers the individual soul to escape the cycle of judgment, sin, and salvation. The Gnostic texts that taught about archons and soul traps, banned. The Book of Enoch that revealed fallen angels teaching forbidden knowledge, removed from the Bible. And the 13th zodiac sign, Ophiuchus, the symbol of resurrection and escape from death, quietly erased from Western astrology. Why? Because the Vatican's entire power structure depends on control over the afterlife. They need you to believe you're born in sin, you must obey their rules to be saved, your soul's fate is in their hands, reincarnation doesn't exist, or if it does, you can't escape it. But Ophiuchus represents the opposite. It teaches, you have the power to heal yourself, you can resurrect your own consciousness. The serpent knowledge is not evil. So they removed it. They kept the 12-sign system because 12 is the number of control, 12 apostles, 12 tribes of Israel, 12 gates of heaven, 12 months of the calendar. 12 creates a closed loop, a perfect prison wheel, but 13 breaks the pattern. 13 is the number of transformation, death and rebirth, the end of cycles. That's why 13 is considered unlucky in Western culture. They conditioned you to fear the very number that could set you free. Now, let's connect the dots. The zodiac isn't just astrology, it's a soul-harvesting system. Here's how it works. When you die, your consciousness leaves your body. You enter what's called the bardo, or interlife, a dimension between physical reality and pure source consciousness. In this space, you encounter beings, entities. Some call them angels, others call them spirit guides. The Gnostics called them archons. These beings show you your life review. They remind you of your karmic debts. They convince you that you need to reincarnate to learn lessons and balance your karma. And here's the key. They assign you a NEW Zodiac sign for your next incarnation. Your zodiac sign isn't random, it's a frequency lock. Each of the 12 signs corresponds to a specific energetic vibration, a set of personality traits, limitations, a karmic lesson, prison sentence, a timeline loop repeating patterns. Aries, the warrior, programmed for conflict and aggression. Taurus, the material slave, programmed for attachment to physical reality. Gemini, the divided mind, programmed for confusion and duality. Cancer, the emotional hostage, programmed for dependency. Leo, the ego, programmed for pride and the need for validation. Virgo, the perfectionist, programmed for anxiety and never being enough. Libra, the indecisive, programmed for constant seeking of external balance. Scorpio, the obsessive, programmed for control and manipulation. Sagittarius, the wanderer, programmed for endless seeking without finding. Capricorn, the slave, programmed for workaholism and material success as the only goal. Aquarius, the rebel, programmed to oppose systems while never actually escaping them. Pisces, the martyr, programmed for suffering and self-sacrifice. Do you see the pattern? Every single sign is a trap. Each one gives you just enough personality, just enough purpose, just enough spiritual mission to make you want to keep reincarnating. But none of them offer true freedom. That's where Ophiuchus comes in. Ophiuchus is different. It doesn't fit into the 12-sign matrix because it represents something the archons fear: self-resurrection. While the 12 signs keep you trapped in personality loops and karmic debt, Ophiuchus activates something else entirely: your divine blueprint. Here's what Ophiuchus energy represents: the serpent mastery, Kundalini awakening, rising the life force through the 7 chakras and breaking through the crown to access higher dimensions. The healer archetype, self-healing, You don't need external saviors, you carry the medicine within: death and rebirth consciousness. The ability to consciously die and resurrect, within this lifetime. You don't need physical reincarnation. Immunity to karma. Ophiuchus energy transcends the law of karma because it operates from source consciousness, not duality. The 13th gate. Access to the dimension beyond the 12-fold prison. The exit door from the reincarnation matrix. This is why Asclepius was killed. This is why the Vatican erased the sign. This is why mainstream astrology refuses to acknowledge it. Because if you activate Ophiuchus consciousness, you become ungovernable. You can't be controlled by religion. You can't be manipulated by karma. You can't be trapped by Zodiac programming. You can't be harvested by the archons. You become a sovereign being. So how do you activate Ophiuchus energy? The answer is hidden in the symbolism itself. Ophiuchus holds the serpent. He doesn't kill it. He doesn't fear it. He masters it. The serpent is your kundalini, the dormant life force coiled at the base of your spine. Most people go their entire lives without ever activating it. Why? Because the system is designed to keep your energy low. Fluoride in the water calcifies your pineal gland. Processed food lowers your vibration. Social media fragments your attention. Trauma keeps you stuck in survival mode. The 12-sign zodiac locks you into one personality frequency. All of it is designed to prevent the serpent from rising. But when you activate Ophiuchus consciousness, here's what happens. Step 1. You recognize the zodiac as a control grid. You stop identifying with your sun sign. You stop limiting yourself to one archetype. You realize, I am not a Scorpio. I am not defined by November. I am an infinite soul having a temporary human experience. Step 2. You activate the serpent energy. Through meditation, breathwork, fasting, sound healing, or plant medicine, you begin to raise your kundalini. The energy rises through your chakras, each one a dimension of consciousness. Root, survival, 1st dimension. Sacral, emotion, 2 2nd dimension. Solar plexus, power, 3rd dimension. Heart, love, 4th dimension. Throat, truth, 5th dimension. Third eye, vision, 6th dimension. Crown, unity, 7th dimension. But Ophiuchus consciousness doesn't stop at the crown. Step 3. You pierce the veil. There's an EIGH chakra above the crown, the soul star. This is the dimension beyond the reincarnation wheel. This is where you access your true immortal self. When you reach this state, you exit the zodiac grid. You break the soul contract. You remember who you were before you entered the matrix. Step 4. You become the master. Ophiuchus doesn't just heal himself. He heals reality. He can transmute timelines, collapse karmic loops, free other souls. This is the power they don't want you to have. Once you know about Ophiuchus, you start seeing the signs everywhere. The medical symbol, the serpent, caduceus, 2 serpents around a staff. That's Ophiuchus, rod of Asclepius, a single serpent around a staff. That's Ophiuchus. The ancient Egyptian symbol of Thoth, of the god of wisdom holding serpents. That's Ophiuchus consciousness, the story of Moses lifting the bronze serpent in the desert to heal the Israelites. That's Ophiuchus. The Kundalini awakening taught in yoga and tantra. That's Ophiuchus. Even Power White, Jesus said, "Be wise as serpents." He was teaching Ophiuchus consciousness, but the church inverted it. They made the serpent evil. They made Kundalini dangerous. They made the number 13 unlucky, all to keep you from the truth. Here's the real secret. The serpent in the Garden of Eden wasn't the villain. It was the liberator. You shall be as gods, knowing good and evil. That's Ophiuchus energy, transcending duality, activating godhood, breaking free. And the archons, disguised as God in that story, punished humanity for it. They cast us into the lower dimensions, into the reincarnation wheel, into the 12-sign zodiac prison. But they couldn't erase the 13th sign from the sky. Every year, for 18 days, The sun passes through Ophiuchus. It's still there, waiting for you to remember. So here's where we are. You now know the Zodiac is a soul trap. The Vatican suppressed the 13th sign. Ophiuchus represents liberation from reincarnation. The serpent is the key to awakening. Now you have a choice. You can go back to checking your horoscope, identifying with your sun sign, and participating in the 12-fold control grid. Or you can activate Ophiuchus consciousness. You can raise the serpent. You can pierce the veil. You can exit the matrix. This isn't just theory. This is practice. People all over the world are waking up. They're experiencing spontaneous Kundalini awakenings. They're having visions of the archons. They're remembering past lives. They're breaking soul contracts. The veil is thinning. The prison is cracking. And the ones who have kept you trapped, they're panicking. Why do you think there's a sudden push for transhumanism, for AI merging with human consciousness, for virtual reality worlds? Because they know souls are escaping. The 13th sign is returning to human awareness. And once enough people activate Ophiuchus consciousness, the entire reincarnation system collapses. This is your wake-up call. The Vatican can hide the books. The archons can manipulate the afterlife. The Zodiac can program your personality, but they can't erase the truth from the stars. Ophiuchus is real. The serpent is rising. The 13th gate is open. Will you walk through it? Share this video. They don't want this information spreading. And tell me in the comments, what's your Zodiac sign? And are you ready to transcend it? The serpent is awake.